Hi everyone, I'm Teacher Michelle and welcome to another episode of Unang Math. For this episode, I will be covering the topic about the conditions for two lines to be parallel. In our previous episode, we already studied the property of parallel lines. In this episode, we will find out what are the conditions for us to say that two lines are parallel. Okay, let's start. We have two lines here, line L and line M, but we don't know yet if these two lines are parallel or not because the details are not enough. To our eyes, these two lines appear parallel, but since our eyes are not protractors, even if one of these lines is slightly tilted, then eventually these two lines will meet at a point. That means these two lines are not parallel. Okay, in this case, we will use the property of parallel lines to tell whether two lines are parallel or not. If the corresponding angles and alternate interior angles are equal in measures, then two lines are parallel lines. Okay, let's give an example. Line L and line M are intersected by this transversal line N. So there are four angles formed here and another four angles here. This angle and this angle are corresponding angles. This angle and then this angle, the second pair of corresponding angles. Third pair of corresponding angles, this angle and this angle. And the last pair of corresponding angles is this angle and this angle. Okay, this angle and this angle are alternate interior angles. Okay, what else? This one and this angle are also alternate interior angles. Let's say this angle measures 60 degrees and this is 60 degrees. Okay, take note, this angle and this angle are corresponding angles. Same measures, then that means line L and line M are parallel lines. Okay, if this is 60 degrees, then this is also 60 degrees because these are alternate interior angles. Same measures, then line L and line M are parallel lines. Okay, in summary, there are two conditions that we have to remember in order to say that the two lines are parallel lines. The first condition is if the corresponding angles are equal in measure, then the two lines are parallel to each other. Okay, let's say for example in this figure, if angle A is equal to angle B, where's angle A? This angle, and then this is angle B. Let's say this is 60 degrees. This is 60 degrees because according to this one, equal in measure. So A and angle B equal in measure, then line L and line M are parallel lines. Okay, second condition. If the alternate interior angles are equal in measure, then the two lines are parallel to each other. Okay, so let's say line A is equal to line C. Okay, line A, angle A and angle C are alternate interior angles. So if this is 60 degrees, then this is also 60 degrees. Okay, same measures, equal in measures, then that means line L and line M are parallel lines. Okay, so what's then the difference between the property of parallel lines and conditions for parallel lines? Okay, you have to understand that when we say property of parallel lines, lines are already parallel. But for conditions for parallel lines, there are two conditions that we have to remember for us to say that two lines are parallel lines. Okay, first, corresponding angles must be equal in measure. And the second condition is alternate interior angles must be equal in measure. So those are the two conditions for us to say that two lines are parallel lines. Okay, now let's answer this concept check question. We will find the parallel lines in the figure and express using symbols. Okay, we have line K, line L, line M, and this line N. Okay, let's find out if line K and line L are parallel lines. Okay, so our transversal is line N. Okay, it's given that this angle measures 60 degrees. This is 59 degrees. This angle and this angle are corresponding angles. They have different measures. Then that means line K and line L are not parallel lines. Okay, now, what about line L and line M? Let's find out if these two lines are parallel lines. So line L and line M, so we have this transversal line N. This angle is given, it's 59 degrees. This is also 59 degrees. If this is 59 degrees, this angle is also 59 degrees because these are vertical angles. Vertical angles are always equal in measure. Okay, this is 59 degrees. This is also 59 degrees. This angle and this angle are corresponding angles. Okay, same measures, then that means line L and line M are parallel lines. So find the parallel lines. We have line L and line M. Okay, now let's answer this simple activity. Okay, find the parallel lines in the figure and expressed using symbol. We have this line L, line M, line N, and this line R and line S. Okay, first, let's find out if line L and line M are parallel lines. Okay, we will use the transversal line R. It's because there are two given angles. If we will use transversal line S, then we only have this as the given. So we will use this transversal line R. Okay, this is given, 120 degrees. This angle is also given, 120 degrees. This angle and this angle are corresponding angles. Same measures, then that means line L and line M are parallel lines. So line L and line M are parallel lines. Okay, next. What about line M and line N? Let's find out if these two lines are parallel. Okay, this time we will use this transversal line S because this is given and this angle is also given. So we have two given angles. Okay, this is 59 degrees. Then this vertical angle or this angle is also 59 degrees because these are vertical angles equal in measure. Okay, if this is 120 degrees, since this is a straight line, then that means this is 60 degrees because 120 plus 60 is 180 degrees and straight line measures 180 degrees. This is 59 degrees. This is 69 degrees. Corresponding angles, different measures. Then that means line M and line N, okay? Line M and line N are not parallel lines. Okay, next. What about line R and line S? Let's find out if these two lines are parallel lines. Okay, we will not going to use the transversal L because we only have one given angle. But we will use this transversal line M because this is given that it's 120 degrees and this is also given 59 degrees. If line N, there's only one given angle. So we will use the transversal line M. Okay, this is 120 degrees. Take note, this is a straight line. So that means this is 60 degrees. This angle and this angle are corresponding angles. This is 60 degrees, this is 59 degrees. Different measures. Then that means R or line R and line S are not parallel lines. So in this question, the parallel lines are line L and line M.